Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into my channel for another video. I'm back, and this one has nothing to do with hair. As you can see, my hair is wrapped up. This one has to do with my skin. I have absolutely no makeup on, and that's because I wanted to come to y'all raw and real so that you can see how my skin has been improving or what my skin looks like in accordance to my skincare routine. So this routine is pretty simple. It's what I do morning and night with the addition or the subtraction of a few products. But I'm gonna go over all of that, so stay tuned if you'd like to see how I keep this face and improve on it. Okay, so normally I will wake up in the morning and I would have crust in my eyes, probably drool somewhere, I don't know. But my skin is normally, you know, not that dirty overnight unless I forget to wash off my makeup, which has happened a few nights. But normally I wake up in the morning and I do a really simple routine. My morning routine is pretty simple because I don't want to strip my face of too much moisture. Because although my T-zone is oily, so this is my T-zone like this. My forehead, usually it's my nose that gets really oily, my forehead, sometimes right here, and then like of course my chin gets super oily. So my skin's not that oily and I don't want to strip my face of too much, so I do something really simple. All I do is I wash my face with one face wash, and that's this stuff right here. I use Cetaphil because it's for sensitive skin. It's super gentle on my face. I do have sensitive skin. I have sensitive, acne prone, oily / dry, so combination skin. There's a lot going on. So I use this to wash my face in the morning, and that's all I use. Warm water, clean washcloth to dry my face. I pat my face dry, and so after that I'm normally like, okay, well I need to tone my skin. So toning is to kind of treat any irritation that's going on, to take out any of the other impurities that may have been on my pillowcase, or just to cool my face overall and to help improve my skin tone. What I use is a natural toner, which is witch hazel. I got this from Target. As you can see, it's off-brand. It's perfect for your skin. Some people I know improve the witch hazel by adding rose water, which is another anti-inflammatory, but you know, this simple witch hazel with some cotton, use it all over my face. And then I use something that I would count as my holy grail product. My sister put me onto this maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. And it's a Target brand product, and I'm gonna show it to you guys. It is their maximum strength acne medicine or acne medication. It's basically just benzoyl peroxide, and it's comparable to the Clean and Clear product. It's just 100%, or wait, what does that say? 10% benzoyl peroxide. It's a gel. It comes out creamy. It's actually white. I don't know why it says gel, but it comes out white. And I use it on my skin probably about this much, and I just dab it all over my skin. And it's pretty much perfect. I love it. It's great for my skin because I have, like I said, acne prone skin, and my skin used to be horrible. I want to say my graduation day from college, my skin was terrible. I think that's the only thing that took away from that being the most enjoyable experience of my life, is because I had acne everywhere. And I don't know what kind of acne it was, because acne does run on my paternal side of my family, but it was just bumps everywhere, and it could have been from stress, it could have been from my eating habits and my diet and everything, but it was just bumps everywhere, just lifted, and they hurt. Some of them hurt, and some of them were pussy. It was just everywhere, like here, 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 like anywhere you can look. And so I wore makeup, of course, but that didn't hide the fact that I have really bad acne. And so as you can see, I have some scarring. The scarring was much worse, but I have scarring that I'm getting rid of using what I'm going to show you guys next. So after I use that Target brand acne gel, I moisturize. And so because my skin is combination, I want to fight dryness. I want to fight my oil with oil and combat my dryness with a cream. And so what I use for my dryness is the Olay Active Hydrating Cream. And I'm almost out of this stuff, but I love this stuff. It's not super oily. It's actually very hydrating. It has no oils in it for real that I can think of that would clog my pores. It feels very light, and it makes my skin almost feel dewy. So I like this because it's very moisturizing, but it doesn't like clog my pores. Now, to help with my scars and to combat my oiliness with oil, I use a combination of these two. So this is the Neutrogena Visibly Even Daily Moisturizer, and I love this stuff. This is my second bottle of it. I've been using it for maybe the past 4 months, and then I use Jasön Vitamin E Oil, and I use only like 2 drops of this in addition to this. So pairing these two products together, a great moisturizer, great sunscreen, and they help to fight any scars that I have on my face. So at night, I usually have makeup on. So after I come home, my face is probably oily, maybe it's sweaty, maybe I've been outside so it has like dirt on it. You never know. All the free radicals and all the dirt and debris and everything that I come in contact with, sweat, oil, who knows? I gotta wash it off. So what I use is usually first I use a baby wipe to take off all the surface makeup, everything that I can. I use a baby wipe with, and I use the unscented, probably free and clear, you know, those baby wipes that have nothing in them. The all natural baby wipes that have no soap. Well, it probably has a little bit of soap, but that has no scents and no colors, no dyes in it. I use that to take off a majority of my makeup. Now my eye makeup, like eyeliner, eyeshadow, mascara, of course mascara is like the hardest to get off. I use the vitamin E oil. I use this Jasön Vitamin E Oil to put a drop or 2 on my eyelids, and I use my fingers gently, just kind of rub it in and kind of loosen up the mascara, loosen up any of the caked on eye makeup. So getting back to the cleansing, I bring out my favorite again, the Cetaphil, and I use this as a face wash, a pre-face wash, to remove all the makeup after I use the baby wipe. This I love because it's super gentle. It doesn't irritate my eyes, it doesn't irritate my skin. It's gentle enough to use over my entire face and my neck to get off my makeup, but at the same time, it's not drying and it's not harsh. So it's good enough to pull out the makeup, gentle enough to keep my skin smooth and to be sensitive on my eye areas and everything like that. So after I rinse that off, I treat my acne. So I usually treat my acne at night with a face wash, something with salicylic acid. Salicylic acid, as we all know, is in almost every acne face wash. It's the acne medicine. And so because I, of course, have sensitive skin, I go ahead and I use Aveeno. I use their Clear Complexion foaming cleanser. Has salicylic acid in it, and it's oil-free and soap-free. So it's great for my skin tone, great for my texture, and it helps to clear up my acne without over-drying my face. Because like I said, I have combination skin, so it's oily, but yet it gets dry. So when I'm using this face wash, I use it in addition to my VitaGoods scrub brush. So I use this to exfoliate. Exfoliating for me is very important because I have combination skin. My skin gets dry, so I have skin that's shedding and it's oily, but at the same time my nose especially area gets packed up with like dirt and oil and whiteheads, and it's gross. And so I exfoliate because you want to have a nice clean fresh slate. So I use my VitaGoods scrub brush. I love this. I've had this maybe for about a year now. Got it off of Groupon. This is not sponsored. They didn't send me this. I've had this for a while now, maybe like a year and a half, and I got it off of Groupon, and it did come with 3 brushes. It came with the exfoliating brush, the cleansing brush, and then the big old like body brush, which is about this big. This is the cleansing brush. The exfoliating brush is a little bit too rough for me, but I do exfoliate with the cleansing brush, if that makes sense, because I have sensitive skin. So I use that in addition or with my Aveeno face wash, and after I do that, it's pretty much the same as my morning routine. Toner, acne medicine, you know, just use it all over my face to treat any acne bumps that are coming up. Now the only thing that I do different is I do not use the Neutrogena, because this is something that I want to save for the daytime because it has sunscreen in it and it's so like potent. I really just want to, you know, use this in the morning only. But what I do is I take the Olay Active Hydrating Cream, and in about I want to say like 3 or 4 drops of my Jasön Vitamin E Oil, and I use that as my moisturizer because I want to use an oil to moisturize my skin at night, so that when I'm sleeping it could, you know, address any of the bags. It can moisturize my face overall, because all I'm doing is laying there and I'm letting gravity do its work of pulling my pulling any of my bags up, and it's also kind of treating my skin. It's almost like a little facial at night. So I use that. Now I have a secret weapon for when I have really bad bumps, like I showed you guys. Like I have a couple down here, like when I have pimples that pop up, zits, pimples, whatever that pop up. I use something to treat them at night, and usually I'll have to do it 2 nights in a row, because the first night it kind of brings the head up, and then the second night it dries it up. And I really try hard not to pop it while I'm doing this for these 2 nights. But I use Neosporin, and Neosporin is an antibacterial. Most of the time, a zit is a whole bunch of oil, dirt, and bacteria. So I use Neosporin, and I use a little bit. I don't drown my pimple in it, but I just use a drop of it, probably like a needle head size. Okay, I lied. Thumbtack size of Neosporin, and I kind of just put it over the pimple, and it looks crazy. It's oily, it's greasy, but I'm going to bed. Who cares? Ain't nobody gonna see me, and if anyone is gonna see me in the morning, they already know what I look like. So I use that and I put it over the pimple, and I think that this really helps. My godmother told me about this maybe 6 years ago, and it's been helping me ever since to battle my acne problems. It's really good as far as drying out the bacteria and treating it from a really deep level, but at the same time it helps to prevent scarring. Now some of these scars are just because I can't keep my hands out my face. I'm gonna be real with y'all. But when I really want to treat them and get rid of any of the acne marks that have been or any of the acne bumps that have been there for like maybe a day or 2, I just go ahead and put the Neosporin on there. I try to treat it as soon as I feel any type of bump or lift or pain, or I'm like, oh, this is about to be a pimple. I try to treat it as soon as I can. I'm a human, I don't always, but it works. So that's what I use. Then I wake up in the morning and I do it all over again. Now as far as any like deep treatments that I do, which I do maybe once or twice a week, because I wear makeup every day and it's inevitable my pores are gonna get clogged and my skin is gonna need some TLC. So usually what I do is my deep treatments on the weekends. So that's like Saturday or Sunday. More than likely Saturdays during the day, because I'm not wearing makeup, and wherever I'm going, like running errands or cleaning or doing whatever I gotta do, I don't wear makeup. So what I do is I like to deep clean with, and I ran out so I don't have it, but Dr. Bronners Castile soap. I use the peppermint one, and I use that instead of my Aveeno to wash my face and exfoliate. So I'll do that in the morning as for my deep treatment, and I'll use that and I'll exfoliate and I'll really deep clean. My skin feels so good. I feel like my pores are just like open and like, oh, we're so clean. And I use that and I love it. And so while my pores are open and all the pimples are like, okay, we're about to get it, like I'm about to hit y'all on the head, treat y'all, what I do is I do a mask. I either do a DIY mask, which is baking soda, honey, and lemon juice, and I use that to treat any type of inflammation, any type of dryness, any acne, any scarring. That's what that mask is good for. Or I go old school and I use the Clean Helene Mint Julep mask. Now this I've been using since I hit puberty, maybe since I was like 12 years old. My mom has been buying this. Remember, it used to come in that huge tub. Well, now, you know, they have it in the tubes now, but yes, this is awesome. I love this stuff. It dries out pimples. It treats my skin, it treats my acne, also treats the whiteheads, but it doesn't dry my skin out. It really makes my skin feel a lot cleaner and refreshed from a long week of work and being outside and commuting and just sweat, everything. It makes my face feel so good and treated. So this is part of my deep treatment regimen that I do on the weekends. And I think that's about it. My skincare, I mean, were there a lot of products? I might have had a lot of products that I've been mentioning, but I promise you it's so simple. Once I start my routine and I just get into it, every day is not perfect. Like I said, I sometimes fall asleep in my makeup, or I'll fall asleep without washing my face, but majority of the time that's what I do morning and night. If you have any questions, please leave them down below in the description, in the comments. I'll try to link and just list all of the products that I mentioned in this video in the description box below. Again, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you want to see how I put on my makeup, then stay tuned for part 2 of my skin videos. I appreciate you guys for watching. Love you.